Although GMOs, genetically modified organisms, appear repeatedly in food the average consumer buys, many of those purchasing are not correctly educated on GMOs. For this reason, there are many skew facts circulating the consumer industry. As an audience located in the Midwest, corn production is a significant factor of the economy. In fact, 90% of all corn is genetically modified. Corn appears in several foods spanning from salad dressing, bread, dessert, and so on. Consumers, on the other hand, are not aware of the facts behind GMOs in their food that appears on their plate. In order to understand the knowledge of the average consumer, 3 randomly picked UW-Madison students were interviewed regarding their knowledge on GMOs. They were asked 2 questions each in the interview. From your previous knowledge, what is your stance on GMOs?
My stance on GMOs is that I don't think we know enough about them to have everyone eating them because we don't know what sorts of harmful effects they could have on our bodies in the future.
I don't know a lot about GMOs, but I do know that a lot of times they're linked with organic foods, and I think for the bees, organic foods are better, and for the environment, but other than that, I don't know a lot about the health effects or any of that stuff, so I don't really have much of an opinion on that.
I'm pretty sure that GMOs are bad to eat, like if a corn is genetically modified, it's bad for you, but that's all I know.
Do you know any cons or pros to this new scientific tool?
A pro of GMOs is that we're able to genetically modify our food so that it grows more efficiently. A con is that we don't know what these genetic mutations are going to do to our bodies in the future because nobody's been around long enough to fully understand what they do.
I know that the pros are a lot more food being able to be produced and being able to feed a lot more people, and the cons I don't know a lot about, but I think it could have some effects on like maybe the food quality or like the long run of the food, like seeds or something, but I don't really know a lot about that. That's just what I've heard people say.
I think it depends on the context, but I can't tell you offhand.
As you see, almost all the students didn't know a lot about GMOs. Due to the lack of knowledge, the divide of pro-GMO and non-GMO is very wide. To lessen the gap, knowing the basic knowledge of GMOs are beneficial. For instance, some pros are added nutrients, stronger crops, and larger crop yield. A con is that many scientists still don't know 100% of what GMOs can do. Nevertheless, unsafe GMO products will never enter the consumer line. As time advances on, scientists continue to discover and use GMOs to help benefit society. With the kernel of knowledge, consumers begin to understand how truly incredible their corn really is.